This is Robert Margolacci, the MindShare Learning Report, Canada's Learning Technology magazine, and welcome to This Week in Canadian EdTech, special Unboxing Oplan edition, an assistive time management technology tool for teachers and students in the K-12 and post-secondary space to maximize their performance. And joining me today for MindShare Learning Moment, Dave Tardif, who is the VP of Learning Technology at Oplan, and Jan Giroux, who is the President and CEO. And we discovered that we were all at the ISTE conference back in Philadelphia 3 years ago, and we were all at the same event, but actually never connected till this time. The two of you connected. Thank you for joining me, gentlemen. I hope you are healthy and well today.
Yeah, never too late, Robert. Thank you for having us.
Well, congratulations on your startup. Jan, perhaps you can tell me a little bit about the inspiration for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sum it up because there's a lot to say about that. But quite frankly, on my younger beginnings, let's say that as a student, I was a student with special needs, obviously, and I realized that by giving myself my own needs, I could cope with the fact that the measures at schools they were applied to me didn't work at all. They didn't cope uh, at all. So, with that said, when I got to college, I realized there's much more people, folks like me, but with such neurodiverse folks, but all with the same time management and planning issues. When you get to college first year, you realize nobody knows how to handle a semester. Nobody knows how to plan their way through, and stress. It causes a lot of stress and anxiety at the students. So I wanted to make something to create to change their life and also ease their learning, the barrier to learning in that sense. So that's basically where the inspiration came from.
Wonderful. And this journey began, you're now into your fourth year, approximately?
Yeah, yeah. I'm now 24. Yeah, about when I was 29. Yeah, 1920 years old. Started
Tell
this.
me, what is it about Quebec? And I was just in Montreal this week. The edtech sector is really a hot sector. And there's a lot of passion around making an impact on the lives of students and teachers. Maybe it's just that Quebecers tend to be more passionate people.
I maybe our Latin side a bit as well. I'm just joking, but on that side, I think we have a strong bond community that lived a lot of difficulties with the existing system, which is changing, by the way, and
Right.
for the good as well. But I think there was
Wonderful.
this passion and frustration that came with many beautiful ideas.
Well, and then you have EdTech Quebec, which is a great association. And when we were we discovered that when we were at ISTE in Philly 3 years ago, that we were at the same event, the breakfast event, which I was speaking at. And it's a community, and I think that's really powerful, right?
And
Inspirational
Robert,
for
what I like
startups.
about education is that even in the US, but especially in Quebec, so big players and startup like us collaborate. No matter the size you are, it's all about impact we
Wonderful.
create. Mm.
Yeah, and of course we have Paper Learning from Montreal that
Yeah.
won our startup challenge 5 years ago, and the rest, as they say, is history. After 400 million plus infusion of private equity funding for their tutoring support business in the U.S. primarily, but so you're in good company, and that really shines the light on other edtechs in Quebec, and Phil Cutler as a CEO is a very collaborative person too. So perhaps you can
Indeed.
get in on that opportunity in partnerships with him. But we're here to unbox Oplan and Dave Tardif. When did the two of you connected at ISTE as well?
Yeah, Jan and I met at ISTE 3 years ago. Back then, I was still a NetTech coach in my district. I'm a former teacher, and I've been an EdTech coach for 10 years in my district. And my director sent me to ISTE to learn more about the new technologies there, and that's where we met. And since then, we continued to work together, and decided to just quit my job and go all in with the Oplan because I thought it was such a great idea.
Well, you know what I admire about you, the two of you teaming up. You have the pedagogical expertise, and Yan has the the business savviness. And I always advise startups that it's really critical to have somebody that has that deep knowledge. So kudos to you for having a great recipe for success so far as a young startup. So with that, why don't we go for a little test drive? I'm going to pop up your website for you, Dave, and you can
I had to
tell
go
us
on
more
that
about
link.
it.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. So yeah, this is our website, oplan.ca. On our website, you can see testimonials from our existing users. You can have a look at our different solutions. We have two solutions. So the software and the hardware. There are a lot of there's a lot of information about these two solutions on our website. You can sign in for our platform from there, request a demo. It's very easy to reach us from our website if you want a demo or just a meeting with us. So don't hesitate to
I
go
like the layout and the simplicity. It's very elegant.
thank you. And we have a lot of resources as well. We have a blog, an active blog. We put a lot of stuff on there, and we have our research foundation that is very popular these days. It's really easy to download this research foundation from here.
Cool. And bilingual as well.
Yes, it
Indeed.
is. So basically, we were in French at the beginning, but we're now bilingual. It's really easy to switch everything in English.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Very important in this Canadian
yeah,
marketplace.
yeah, exactly. So this is our website, and we also have our web app that is available from our website as well. So
Cool.
this is one of our two solutions that we offer to teachers and students. Yeah, for everybody, actually.
What it will do actually is the app is going to allow teacher to put life into their planning by adding a time management component to it. With that said, it's easier to differentiate, and then you can manage your class, you can pace the student, but also the student himself can learn to build his plan, modify his plan to his own strength and weaknesses in order to have a more personalized approach. So, Dave, you want
You
to
know,
dive into that just a bit?
yeah, I was going to comment, Jan, that I love the notion of learning time management because we learn it as business executives, right? We take
Yep.
courses, but we're not
On the top.
right. We're not doing the foundational learning for kids at an early age or throughout their years
Yeah.
on the various strategies of time management and success practices, right? And so kudos to you for having a vision for that and learning how to learn, right? Like that's really what it's about. I always wondered about that. Why aren't they identifying what are our best from true personalized learning strategies, identifying how you learn best? Are you an auditory, visual, or combination? I think there's four different categories, but really assessing kids at an early age is really important. And it sounds like you're going down that path.
Yes, exactly. And
Definitely.
we realized that it's possible from a really young age to learn how to manage the time, even for kindergarten kids. They're able to learn how to manage their time, to develop time management skills from a very young age. And our platform is very useful for that.
It makes the student accountable as well. So that's pretty important, I think, in that sense that Robert, you mentioned it. They
Yeah.
don't learn it very much, but I think it's all about if they're spoon feeded and are not accountable, they won't make their own decision. They won't learn.
Yeah.
Just
And that raises the bar, right? When you're held accountable, because it's I see it as a partnership, right? It's a total partnership, and it includes parents as well. The teachers can't succeed on their own to help kids, and the kids can't succeed on their own without the support of teachers and parents. So I like to say it takes the digital village to raise a child in the 21st century.
Yeah, that's funny. So
you want to,
yes,
yeah, go ahead.
well, we realize that time is a big issue from a young age, and so. For example, for kindergarten class, a teacher would need a good visual to help their students to know, for example, their routine. So this is we have a plan creator here, And how it works is just we have this is an example of a routine that could be used in the classroom for the teachers, but for the students as well, because we want them to be involved in all the process. We want them to learn from that. We want them to make decisions. That's how they're gonna get motivated, and they're gonna develop their management, their time management skills. So, for example, in this situation, the kids would have 5 minutes to take care of the school bag at the beginning of the day, and so we have a visual aspect that is very important because some of the kids, they don't even know how to read yet, but we have our progress bar on the top of the screen. That's very easy for a kid, even for young kids, to realize, am I late? Am I going to be late? Do I have enough time to do this task? And so we wanted it to be very easy to understand how to manage time, and to realize how fast the time is going. Because sometimes when we're working, it's hard to realize, oh, that time flies so fast sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
And
So this is
David,
yeah, sure.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So this is an example where the kids would have to follow their routine, school bags, responsibility, reading. So this is like a very easy routine for younger kids. But we also have more complicated plans, I would say, that would be useful for the students to use. So this is a narrative writing piece for grade 2 to 5. So as you can see, it's easy to add text, to add images, so that the kids will know exactly what they have to do and how much time they have to do it. And they'll be part of the process. They'll take decision. They'll decide how much time they give themselves to do the different step of the whole
And
task.
Robert, so this is just the beginning because right now it's tests. We can do PCS, like pictures,
Right.
we can put videos and so on, but we really focus on universal design of learning. So UDL,
Right.
so on us, audio notes will be there, content from books like ebooks that you have, we will be able to drag and drop soon. So many type of diverse content from LMSs or any source will be output next in Oplan.
Amazing. And you've got a tool as well, an actual physical product that helps manage
Yeah,
the time.
I think it was the continuation. Dave, I'll let you in just a few seconds. So we know schools sometimes don't have the means necessarily to have one device per kid. So this was a way for us to solve this. And during the exams or other place where you don't want the computer around. So that was an answer from us to that specific problem.
Yeah, so it's an actual device that you manufacture,
Yeah,
and
Yep.
that's fascinating. Tell us more about it.
yeah,
Um,
because oh, go ahead, Jan.
go ahead.
Okay, so how it works, because it's possible to print the plans that we did with our platform, and we realized that sometimes teachers would need disconnected tools to help their students as well. So what we did, we developed this timer here to be used with our plans. So how it works, the students would put the time on the device here, and when you start, let's pretend that this is a 3-hour task, and we start the timer. So the blue light will tell the students exactly where they're supposed to be in their work, real time, though, so there's no surprise. They will know from the beginning if they have the good pace for their work. There's no surprise just at the last 20 minutes of the work. Oh no, I'm going to be late.
I could have used this when I was doing the standardized testing in middle
Yeah.
school. I remember
Ah.
we'd have these multiple choice exams, right? So, as I was running late, I started guessing throughout. Like, I must have been terrible at that. They must have said, this kid is not going far in life, because it was all blank, and I just started filling them out and just doing kind of a sequence to make it look decent, which I thought, would help me. But this, having being pacing is something. It's a learned activity. It's not innate, is it?
It is, and what's nice, Robert, is that being paced as well with let's say a special needs student in a regular class,
Right.
that makes him attend subtly in the regular class with his own way of doing work. So we see that it removes some of the anxiety as well, and fills the gap in the terms of lack of resources
Yeah.
that there isn't.
Yeah, because my son would be pulled out of class, right? Like, and that's kids don't feel comfortable necessarily doing that when
Mm-hmm.
they're not staying amongst their peers and they're going to a special room where they will do their work and get extra time,
Yeah,
right?
And
exactly.
this
And something
costs you
that was
money.
yeah,
Right,
and what was really important for us is that we know that every student, they don't have all the same pace. Everyone's different, and that was very important for us to let the students modify their plans based on their strength or their needs, right? And and to have the right stats at the end to help the students after their work, because
right,
our platform save all the stats, so how much time the students spent on every little task, and so it's easier for the teacher to help their students based on how much time they spend there.
brilliant. And yeah, and perhaps you can share a success story with us about how
Yes,
things are
actually, there's
going for you so far.
so many so far, and we're so impressed. So I'd like to share that one that I came up earlier this week on this one, working on that folder. There was a student got high school for second grade, I believe, got kicked out of her school. She was using Oplan and then at the whole school, and we saw improvement at the new school. She was asked, what could help you actually? What do you could strategies we could do to help you succeed in this school? And she said, you know what? I'd like to keep sequence and Oplan. And this kid was having comportamental, like deep comportamental issues. He was living in a center for people with the delinquency issues and so on. And so the public health called us after, and they were working on a project then to equip those kids who never had success, who never been told they're good at something. And what's even nicer is that I remember when I was using tool, I used to hate them, but now this kind of tool, it comes from within. We ask them to come
Right.
from within, so there is so engagement and they love it. So they write us to say, "Hey, I'm a teen, arrogant teen. I love this thing." That was really a success story. We really enjoyed.
That's really that gives me goosebumps. I'm so pleased to hear because there are a lot of kids in the past when we were going through the system that didn't get these opportunities. They weren't asked what would help you. They were just treated like they're losers and that's they're not going anywhere in life. And the teacher's role that I see is helping kids be the best they can be, right? And sparking that passion
Mhm.
about something because everyone can be passionate about something and doing well. Mark Prensky, who coined the phrase, is digital native, digital immigrant, who is a renowned author and theorist I interviewed recently on one of his new books, and he talked about accomplishments. Kids need to accomplish things to make themselves feel good about their learning, right? And that's a motivator. So
And
having a tool
if I
like
may
Open,
add,
yeah,
Robert, is that most time management tool, we see thousands of them, but it's always about the
right,
time police. You don't accomplish anything. You just the time ends. You buzz. This is finished. So you don't necessarily
right.
accomplish that. That was something we wanted to change.
So talk to me. What is your hope? What is your hope for Oplan?
Uh, in the in a big way, it would be to like kind of train this generation that we train right now in the K-12, let's say, to be prepared with 21st century skills such as self-regulation, executive functioning skills that are required, and a broader skills. But what we want over the most is to give them the tool to remove barrier from learning, such as stress, anxiety, class management. So all these irritant pain points that the system is living. That's our hope to, without adding, like, we know we have a lack of human resources. We're going to be there to fill the gap. Mm.
Brilliant, brilliant, and congratulations for that. So, how can they learn more about Oplan and
So Oplan, so in the US, we distribute by ourselves. In Canada, you can come to a website for the app and so on. So we're distributed by Bridges, Bro, and Boutier
Nice.
in Quebec. So bb.ca. So all those links are pretty good. And you have our best channel is always our website. So we're still a small
Right.
company, so we give top tier
Yeah.
service to everyone.
Well,
Absolutely.
it sounds like you've got a good recipe for success, and we're so pleased to team up with you today and share
So
this
we are.
unboxing journey and wonderful solution for K-12 and post-secondary education too. So it's across the spectrum. That's what I really like about the solution. Hopefully, your supply chain challenges aren't like Apple's and others right now.
We do
Oh, we're
have
good. We're
our
looking good. We
challenges about that, but it's going well so far.
Excellent. With that, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time this morning. We're just about hit
it's
the
still,
afternoon.
yeah, just about.
Any final thoughts to share?
I'd like to share something to all thought leaders maybe listening to us is that as a student, I was able to make my own space innovating in what I lived, in the reality, daily reality that I live. And I think giving students more voice for innovation and so on, and making them accountable, that will make school better for the teacher,
Hmm.
the principal, and the student. That's so open your mind to your students.
Well said. Well said, Yan. So that thank you again, gentlemen. That was Dave Tardif and Yan Giroux of Oplan. My name is Robert Mardlacci, the Mindshare Learning Report. Be sure to check out www.mindshare Learning to get your latest issue. And until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep the learning curve steep.